DC vs. Marvel month here on Reaction and Review. Tonight, guys, we're checking out a film from 2015. That movie is Marvel Superhero Adventures Frostfight. Now, I know a lot of you guys were expecting me to take another movie out of this Blu-ray box set, as I have this entire month when I do Marvel animated films. But something stopped me from doing that. And it's the fact that every other Marvel film I've watched out of this thing has been ridiculously kind of meh. They really haven't been good, or well, they haven't been great, but they haven't been awful either. They're just kind of there, and they're functional, and I really didn't want to sit through another one of those this month, so I had to search for other Marvel animated films. And that's when I stumbled on Marvel Superhero Adventures Frostfight. The plot is, a bunch of Marvel heroes are teaming up to stop Loki, who wants to steal Santa's powers. Yes, guys, this is a Christmas film, so why don't we get ourselves prepared for a Christmas movie, huh? Yeah, guys, I dug out the fucking Santa hat in January because why not? And yeah, so it's a bunch of Marvel heroes, including, I know, Iron Man, Captain America, the Hulk, Thor, Groot, and Rocket Raccoon, because they were all on the like promotional image I saw. Them and probably other Marvel heroes are all going to team up to fight Loki, who wants to kidnap Santa and take his powers. That sounds completely insane. But it also sounds like it could be a hell of a lot of fun. I'm actually kind of curious about this one, guys. I have no fucking clue if this thing's going to be any good at all. The only way I'm going to find out is if I shut up and I push play. And I'm going to do that right now. So, without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out Marvel Superhero Adventures Frostfight. Wait, so Santa Claus is half frost giant, half elf? Or, I'm sorry. Yolmir is half frost giant and half elf. That's awesome, dude. All of a sudden, Santa Claus is feeling a lot more fucking badass now, because he's half frost giant and half elf. That just sounds so fucking cool, man. Wait, so Santa's also a space fugitive for mass burglary and breaking and entering. The longer that this movie goes, guys, the more just interesting shit pops up. I'm actually kind of liking it. This thing is pretty good. Okay, I just learned two very important things. One, Hulk really likes Christmas. And two, Hulk really wants a fucking pony. That entire scene of Hulk trying to explain Christmas to Thor is fucking awesome, dude. I absolutely loved that. I'm gonna say this, guys, right now. Now, the main story in this is really interesting, but every time it cuts back to Hulk and Thor, the movie just gets so much better. Because every time that Hulk and Thor are doing their Christmas thing on Earth, it's fucking hilarious. I absolutely love it, man. Well, guys, that was Marvel Superheroes Frostfight. Oh, dude, that was awesome. Okay. Alright, wow, that was a really festive movie. I'm actually kind of happy that I watched it. I almost wish I watched it last month. That might have gotten me more into the Christmas spirit. Okay, let's talk about this thing a little bit, shall we? Writing. I'm going to start with the writing, because, god damn it, man, the writing in this movie is just so good. Now, I have to stress that this is clearly a family film, and it's got a lot of stuff which is going to appeal to kids as well as grown-ups. Now, with that in mind, this thing is ridiculously sharp in terms of just the level of wit in a whole lot of the jokes here. So there is a lot of stuff which kids are going to get, but, you know, it might be things that, but then there's also going to be a lot of stuff that is going to fly over a lot of kids' heads. At the same time, there's a ton of stuff here which are going to be loved by teens and parents, and even they are going to get a bit of a kick out of some of the more juvenile humor intended for the kids. So, guys, writing here is fantastic, and the whole plot of Loki wants to get a box that's able to siphon powers off of beings, so he can find Mjolnir, Santa Claus, and siphon his powers so that way Loki becomes all powerful, and he gets help from the frost giant Ymir. It's just a great plot, and we've got our core group of heroes: Iron Man, Captain America, Reptile. I'm trying to remember Captain fucking Marvel. Like, those that are like our main core are basically on the hunt, while Hulk and Thor kind of sort of stay over in Stark Tower and figure out what to do in case they can't rescue Santa, which leads to a subplot of Hulk trying to teach Thor the meaning of Christmas, which apparently involves a whole lot of ponies, and because Hulk apparently really wants a pony. And they kidnap a store owner named Nick because he happens to look like Santa Claus, and then they commandeer a sleigh, and then they go flying around while Hulk essentially fires, he starts throwing presents which turn into fireballs because Hulk throws them too fast, and Nick's too busy screaming because he's terrified of heights. Then we have Rocket and Groot, who they really don't have a purpose in the main story. They fucking find out about the 25 billion credit bounty on Santa's head, and they want to cash in. They accidentally find Mrs. Claus, and Mrs. Claus proceeds to terrorize them as she takes their ship and flies them through a fucking asteroid field and damn near hits every asteroid. Really fun shit. There is almost no point where Groot, Rocket, and Mrs. Claus interact with the rest of our heroes, except for like a last second thing when they basically all wave fucking goodbye, they actually land, then they all kind of talk for a bit, and then Groot turns into a Christmas tree. It's kind of cool. So yeah, writing here is really solid. I absolutely loved the writing here. It was sharp, it was witty, it was great. The story here flows beautifully. It really is a perfect family film because it's got stuff for everyone. It really was great. Voice acting. I'm going to say something I didn't think I'd say all fucking month. Steve Blum actually tried. Holy mother of dog shit. Steve Blum plays Santa Claus and Nick, and holy fuck, he actually does a good job. I've said all month, because Steve Blum keeps popping up in movie after movie and phoning in his bullshit per fucking performances. Here he actually puts some effort in. I'm fucking stunned, guys. Steve Blum actually puts effort in when he plays Santa Claus. He doesn't put shit in when he's playing Wolverine or, members of the G.I. Joe team or any of the other shit that he's voiced in. But when he's tasked with playing Santa Claus, Steve Blum actually tries. So, yeah. Good job, dude. You actually learned how to act. That's fucking awesome. Alright. I just wanted to get that out there. Also, another guy who's known for being kind of bland in his performances is Troy Baker. Troy Baker plays Loki. Does a great fucking job of it. In fact, I'm going to say most of this cast does a fantastic job. I don't know who the hell they got to voice fucking Iron Man. He came off as kind of a douche. But then again, that's because Iron Man was written to be a massive douche. And Reptile's actor, he kind of seemed to be a little bit sketchy. But damn near everybody else turned in a great job. And I am not about to shit on the acting. For fuck's sake, guys, I am able to say that Steve Blum actually put some effort in and turned in a good showing. It really is a Christmas fucking miracle, and it took him playing Santa Claus to friggin' do it. Again, awesome shit. So, acting here is really solid. If there is any negative I can really hit with this thing, and my god, it hits really hard, and it may very well ruin this for some people, the animation is horrible. It is. Guys, as much as I want to praise the writing, and as much as I can praise the acting, The animation and the art style in this thing is hideously bad. I'm talking everything looks cheap. There honestly, guys, are times when animation, instead of being done at like 30 frames a second, 60 frames a second, 25 frames a second, you know, something that might be reasonable, like there are moments where the animation drops down to about 4 frames a second, and it looks terrible. And I'm not talking about the bit when Loki has super fucking speed, and he's like knocking everybody down with 0 effort, because, you know, whenever you try to animate shit in slow motion, it usually looks awful, because, you know, that's just kind of a drawback to doing slow motion in animation, is you either get it to look right, or you shit the fucking bed with absolute gusto with it. They shit the bed with the slow-mo bit there. But stuff that wasn't supposed to be in slow motion also looks really cheap. A lot of this is even more noticeable by the fact that we have a lot of backgrounds and like space shots and Rocket and fucking Groot's ship are all done in CG, and it is some of the worst CG I've ever seen. Guys, this thing came out in 2015, has CG that looks like it came out of 1995. That's awful. All right, that I cannot let that kind of shit slide. I cannot let the really cheap-looking animation slide. This thing, guys, this thing was probably a direct-to-video thing, or it was like a direct-to-Amazon instant video. I don't know. I watched it off fucking YouTube. But I'm going to tell you right now, it was probably a direct-to-video cheapy thing, and it looks like a direct-to-video cheapy thing. And considering how strong the writing and the acting are, the very fact that we have animation that is this shit is awful. And I swear to Christ, it could very well ruin it for people who don't want to watch something that looks cheap and shit. So I'm going to warn you right now, if you go into this thing, it is fucking amazing. It's awesome. I loved the writing and the acting. For fuck's sake, guys, again, I had a positive to say about Steve Blum. That doesn't happen. But the animation here is so bad that it may turn a lot of people away. And that is horrible. Beyond that, guys, the sound mix here, fantastic. The score, great, because a lot of it is more like Christmassy stuff. And it's really fucking cool. You know, guys, damn near everything here works. Am I able to recommend Marvel Superhero Adventures Frostfight? Yes, I can, especially if you have kids, but you have to be forewarned. It's a very ugly film in terms of animation, and the art style sometimes looks kind of iffy and shit. But I really hope that you can look past the horrible art, the horrible animation. Well, it's not even horrible art, it's just a couple of shots look kind of sort of off fucking model and terrible, and the CG is just iffy and shit. No, CG is not iffy. The CG is bad. Animation is sometimes iffy, but is usually bad. But yeah, if you are looking for something fun, and you're looking for something fun around, you know, Christmas time, I totally understand that it's fucking January, it's way too early to be wondering about Christmas, but god damn it, if you can find a copy of this, pick it up now, and save it for Christmas, because this sucker's totally worth watching. I'm going to have to download this at some point, because I may want to add this to my annual rotation of Christmas movies and Christmas specials I watch. That is how good the writing was in this thing. Guys, I fucking chose this thing essentially as a fucking joke. I honest to God thought it was just going to be absolute retarded insanity. But it was actually good. So yes, I can absolutely recommend this thing. If you can find it, watch it. If you and if you like what you see, fucking buy it, man. This sucker is amazing. The only thing that brings it down once more is the fucking animation, and I know that's going to turn off a lot of people. The CG is so bad, it's probably going to turn off a lot of people, but you have to look past that to find everything else here that works, and works exceptionally well. Holy hell, I loved this, guys. This thing was great. I was not expecting it to be this good. I swear to God, guys, I went into this expecting it to just be another average ho-hum Marvel film. Oh, how wrong I fucking was, man. This thing kicked ass, and I fucking loved it. Now, once more, yes, I can totally recommend this thing. I'm really happy I grabbed the Santa hat too. It just makes the whole thing feel even more festive. I'm gonna go find something else to watch. I actually have a whole lot of the live-action Marvel movies. It's been a while since I watched the 2 Captain America movies. I'm gonna go watch those, because I'm actually in a mood for Marvel, and I normally don't say that. And with that, my friends, we come to the close of another reaction and review. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.